let's talk about the one thing that every creative, entrepreneur, or even small business owners struggle with at some point in their lives: staying consistent with content. You've probably heard consistency is key, right? But what no one really tells you is that consistency is impossible without an actual plan. And that is exactly what today's video is about. I'm going to walk you through how to plan a content calendar, how to establish content pillars, and how to build a signature brand that feels authentic to you. And before you think to yourself, but Jessica, I don't need a brand. I just want to post videos and content of myself and what I like. Trust me when I say that just being yourself is a brand. Think of people like Emma Chamberlain or Chriselle Lim. Everything that they post on their socials or YouTube platform is curated in somehow, some way. And that is to show the best version of themselves. By the end of this video, you'll not only learn how to plan your content in a more sustainable way, but you'll also walk away with tools to stop posting randomly and start creating a brand that people actually recognize and want to come back for more. So grab a notebook and pen, a cup of coffee or tea if you will, and let's dive in. Let's start with the obvious question. Why even bother with a content calendar? Why spend all of that extra time planning instead of just posting whenever inspiration hits? Here's the thing. Posting randomly may work at first, but if you actually want to grow, build a community, or even work with brands, you need a consistent presence. And consistency only happens when you plan ahead or actually have a structure behind your posting schedule. Think of your content calendar like a map. If you don't know where you're going, then you're going to get lost. Maybe even circling back to the same ideas over and over again without even realizing it. But with a map, you can actually see what's coming next and prepare for it. And another benefit, a content calendar actually saves you brain power in the long run. Instead of waking up every single morning thinking, oh my God, what am I going to post today? What am I even going to film today? You already know. Your energy then goes towards creating instead of scrambling to find what to create. For me, I used to just post whenever I felt like it or whenever I saw a trending video, but then I realized I was burning myself out. I was constantly in decision-making mode. I was constantly spending time sourcing content, and it just wasn't an efficient method for me. Now with a calendar, I batch plan my posts and batch shoot my content. And for someone like me who's also into acting and actively auditioning for roles, I know that when I choose a day to batch shoot, I'm not only batch shooting short form content, but I'm also shooting my YouTube video and shooting audition tapes. So even during weeks when life gets super busy or hectic or something personal comes up, I still have content ready to go. Now that you know why you need to start planning your content, I'm going to tell you why content pillars are so important. Planning your content in general becomes 10 times easier when you know what your content pillars are. If you're not familiar with the term, content pillars are basically your main themes. Think of them like 3 to 5 buckets that you are able to categorize your content into. They are the foundation of your brand and your socials. They keep you focused, help your audience know what to expect from you, and stops you from posting a mixture of things that just doesn't make sense. Because think of it this way, what makes someone want to click that follow button or want to click that subscribe button? Knowing that when they follow you or subscribe to you, they're getting the same value in return. Especially if you're just starting out, you cannot risk posting a random mixture of things because it makes newer audiences either confused or not be able to earn trust in you because they don't know what they're following you for. Give people a reason to follow you. So let's say you're a lifestyle creator. Your content pillars might be productivity, fashion, and wellness. Everything you post should fit into those 3 categories. For me, my pillars are my table talk episodes where I sit down, give life advice, give content advice, or even personal development content. I have my lifestyle pillar where I upload vlogs, daily routines, or behind the scenes look at my acting or content creation career. Within the lifestyle category, I also include productivity in order to help people stay productive, prioritize rest because rest is productivity, and just inspire people to live their best lives and chase their dreams like how I'm doing. And then lastly, I have my social media / content creation pillar, which is videos like this where I just sit down and help you guys plan out your socials, find your niche, and help you grow your accounts. Knowing that these are my pillars and these are what work for me in showcasing not only my value but my authenticity, I am never left scrambling for ideas. ideas, because I know that every piece of content that I make will fall into those pillars. Again, having content pillars is crucial for your brand or if you're wanting to take social media seriously, because people follow you or subscribe to you because they want a certain value out of you. If your content feels all over the place, then people will get confused. But when you have clear pillars, then your audience starts to associate you with these certain things. That's how you build audience loyalty and recognition. Okay. Let's move into building a signature brand. This is where you take your pillars and turn them into something that feels visually and emotionally cohesive. A signature brand is more than just a logo or a certain color scheme. It's the feeling that people get when they land on your page or watch your content. If someone were to click into your YouTube channel, your Instagram feed, your TikTok page, will they be able to instantly know what you are about? Does your content look like you? Is it content that best represents you and what your content pillars are? That is why I mentioned Emma Chamberlain and Chriselle Lim in my intro, because even without an obvious slap in the face brand guideline, you're still going to know who the creator is and what type of content you're going to expect from them. So here's what you need to focus on when building out your digital brand. Starting with visuals. Choose a consistent color palette and editing style. This doesn't mean that every photo or every video should look the same, but they should all look like they're part of the same story, the story being yourself or whatever brand you're trying to create. Second, you should be focused on the voice of your brand. Your captions, the way you talk in your videos, or the way you even talk to your audience. Are you funny, chaotic, motivational, calm? Whatever voice you want to portray, stick to it. And lastly, your values. What do you stand for? This is what separates you from everyone else. For me, it's about creativity, discipline, and showing the real behind the scenes of chasing your dreams, including focusing on mental health. And I would say at the end of the day that taking care of your mental health and just being very honest and authentic in my journey is the deeper level of my branding. Now I want you to think about your favorite creators. You could probably describe their channel or their content in one sentence, and that, my friend, is their branding. And the goal here is for somebody on the internet to scroll by your post or content and recognize that that is you. In this section, I wanted to highlight some of my favorite creators, one of them being Claudia Sulewski. She is, I think, the perfect mixture of calming but chaotic. If you truly watch her vlogs and follow her on socials, she has a very clean girl neutral aesthetic, and she's also a YouTuber that wanted to pursue acting and also start her own brand. She's very clear with those content pillars. Even now with YouTube, she stopped making YouTube videos as often, but she'll still post monthly vlogs that kind of cater to those content pillars. And yeah, whenever you see Claudia on Instagram or YouTube, you automatically know what you're getting. Second creator I wanted to highlight was Luna Montana. She is a ballerina lifestyle vlogger who also posts really cute interior design content, and you know that when you see her content you're going to get all the ballet core vibes, all the pink, the ribbons, the girliness, the divine feminine, and I love watching her content for those exact reasons. Next we have Lynn Chung. She is a very eclectic, colorful lifestyle / travel vlogger, and you already know when you watch her YouTube videos or look at her content on Instagram, you're getting bright, you're getting colorful, you're getting real, authentic, just maximalist vibes. And so after covering these three creators, I want you to list your own top 3 favorite creators and figure out what their brand identity is, and then figure out how you can then build your own brand identity based off of your favorite creators. Now that we've done our research, it's time to get into the nitty-gritties. How do you actually plan a content calendar? Step 1, decide how often you want to post and be realistic about it. Don't go from not posting at all to then promising that you're going to post once a day. I'm telling you right now, you will not be able to keep up with it, and you're just going to burn yourself out and then end up hating content creation. Start off easy, maybe set a goal for yourself to post 2 to 3 times a week instead, and then slowly build your way up. Step 2, I want you to plug your content pillars into your content calendar. For example, every Sunday I ensure that I'm covering all of my pillars, including productivity tips, lifestyle vlog, table talk episodes, or a motivational video. Step 3 is to batch brainstorm. Spend one day listing out all of your content ideas for the month, and then I want you to schedule them in advance. Now, this isn't a must because you can always add ideas or trends as you think of them or as you see them, but it's good to have a foundation of ideas ready at your disposal. And lastly, I want you to prep your assets. This means batch film filming your videos, taking any photos or B-rolls that you need, and even writing your captions. The more you prep ahead, the less stressed that you'll be. Whenever I batch shoot my content, I spend at least 2 to 3 hours after that. Well, that doesn't include editing, but after I batch shoot all of my content and then edit all of my content and finalize everything, I at least spend 2 to 3 hours then scheduling everything out across all of my socials. I've said this before in previous videos, but 9 out of 10 times, all of my posts, except for my Instagram stories, are always scheduled to go up. I'm never posting live time. Here is a look at my Google Drive. You can see how I assign different content to different days and base them all on my pillars. This actually helps me visually balance my feed and my YouTube channel so that I'm not overdoing one theme over another. And then if you look into my Metricool, as you can see here, all of my captions are already pre-written and ready to be scheduled and go live for you guys to consume. Okay, so what do you do when life gets too busy or when plans just end up failing? Here's the thing. Life happens. Maybe you get really sick. Maybe work is really crazy if you work a full-time job on top of content creation or starting your side business. Maybe something personal is going on within family, relationships, whatever. Or maybe you're just simply not in the mood to film that day. That is okay. Your content calendar should be a guide, not an additional stressor in your life. When things fall apart, as they tend to do in life because life is not perfect, look at your calendar again and just see what you can simplify. And by that, I mean, look at what kind of content you can repurpose that you already posted live. Within that same breath, repurpose content into a shorter clip, or see what type of content you can shorten instead of batch shooting long format content. Or you can even push things back. The important part is you don't quit entirely. You just pivot. Consistency is about showing up even if it's in a smaller way. And remember, if you just need to step away from the camera and take a breather, rest is also productivity. So to recap, build your pillars, set up your content calendar, and build a signature brand that feels like you and that your audience can recognize. The combination of those 3 things are what will help you grow on social media in a way that's sustainable and authentic. And if you take one thing away from this video, let it be this: stop posting randomly and start posting with intention. If you found this video helpful, then let me know in the comments what your content pillars are and what content you would like to see next. And don't forget to subscribe to more Table Talk episodes on creativity, productivity, lifestyle, and social media growth. And with that, I will see you all in the next one. Bye!